Texas is known for many things. Famous cupcake makers, a legendary hamburger shop, and for turning out a country music star. While those things may be what Mineola is known for now, an old railroad hotel holds stories slowly being lost in time. Today, we're exploring Mineola's Beckham Hotel.
Texas is full of lost history, from lost cemeteries to abandoned buildings, from the infamous to the obscure. Hitch a ride and travel across the Lone Star State, looking for hints of Texas' colorful past, our lost history. This is Expedition Texas, and we're gonna find it.
The Beckham Hotel was built in 1892 as a stop along the railroad between Shreveport and Dallas. The hotel has survived the Great Depression, several changes in ownership, and even a fire that almost destroyed it. Today, though, it sits vacant. The Beckham Hotel is currently owned by Connie Meisner, and through the years of trying to get the hotel restored, she's grown to love the story of the hotel as much as the building itself.
The Beckham Hotel came to be because of it being a railroad hotel. Men needed a place to stay. Colonel Beckham actually built what was considered old railroad hotels. This is when men used the railroad to go find work, to do everything. A lot of people didn't have the money for cars or transportation, so the railroad played an extremely important part in our history.
Travelers probably wouldn't find the Beckham Hotel to be very comfortable, at least by today's standards.
He made the statement that it was built on the European design. Well, if you've ever been abroad, you basically are in a little cubicle and you share your bathroom.
When I first heard that Connie had started trying to restore the hotel, I was a little concerned. We like to see things in their original state. Fortunately, Connie had only got around to a few of the features of the hotel. The rest of it was totally original.
Some of the fixtures that were here, such as that we do have the phone booth, that one of the two phone booths. It's still here. It has a unique history in that the other phone booth was destroyed because a guy had committed suicide there. So in that way, I think it was more the history. The more I dived into the history, looked at the history, you know, growing up, you hear of things, but until you are actually confronted with it and you actually see it and you actually start to understand it, it truly was, that was the most amazing thing for me. It was just a different time in our history. The bullet ricocheted on the floor and hit here and here.
You're watching Expedition Texas, sponsored in part by the following. The city of Canton, Texas, home of the world-famous First Monday Trade Days. Learn more at visitcantontx.com. Kilgore Main Street. Food, fun, and fashion on the downtown streets of Kilgore, Texas. Visit www.kilgoremainstreet.com. What started more than a century ago as a flea market has become home to the most exciting shopping experience anywhere. First Monday Trade Days in Canton, Texas brings shoppers face to face with 7,000 vendors from all over the country selling everything imaginable. Couple that with the small town hospitality of local businesses and you have a good reason to visit every month. The market is held Thursday through Sunday, the weekend before the first Monday of every month, rain or shine. Plus, there's lots to see and do every day in Canton. Learn more at visitcantontx.com.
You're watching Expedition Texas.
We're in Mineola, Texas. Mineola is a hoppin' little town situated along Highway 80. Back in the late 1800s, when the railroad boom was in full swing, Colonel Beckham built one of 3 Beckham Hotels in the state. Today, we're about to see what's left with current owner Connie Meissner. Hi, are you Connie?
I am Connie.
Hi, Connie. Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
This is the historic Beckham Hotel in Mineola, Texas.
Yes, it is.
When Connie first bought the hotel, she was real surprised to see how many items still remained in the building. One of those things was the first thing you would see when you checked into a hotel, the check-in counter. So folks have been checking in at this counter since the 1800s.
Yes, sir. You can
Wow.
definitely tell that it has had its heyday.
Yeah.
With spills, no telling what.
Yeah. Any bloodshed on here?
There is no guarantee on that.
Now, who's the photo of here?
This is a photo of Colonel Beckham and his wife.
Awesome. So this is the guy that started it all, huh?
This is the guy that started everything.
Built 3 hotels
Yes, sir.
here, Greenville and Abilene.
In Abilene.
And this is Mrs. Beckham.
Yes, sir.
Is this this is the hotel from?
This is an actual aerial shot. This is the hotel. And then you come right on down the street and you have the 1888 building.
Okay. Which I understand it has a little bit of history too.
Yes, it does.
What was it?
It actually was a brothel.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So you have the hotel and the no-tell motel down here, right?
That's correct. And this is the historical marker.
Oh, nice. And this is 121 or 113 through 121 East Commerce Street, built in 1928, listed in the National Register of Historic Places.
Now, the 1928 comes into play because they had a fire here.
So what remains of the original 1800 part? Would that be just the exterior?
Exactly where we're standing. The fire actually took place up on the 2nd floor, and what was burnt on the 2nd floor, he just expanded. I've still got the burnt embers up there.
Cool. The Beckham Hotel was open for business during the Great Depression. Some people lost everything. Some of those people could handle it, and some couldn't.
This hotel, of course, went through the Depression.
Right.
So men would come here and stay on their way home. A gentleman was staying here at the hotel, and he made a call to his home.
Okay.
The call did not go well. There was the 2nd phone booth that sat right here.
Okay.
When the call didn't go well, he actually took a gun out and he shot himself right here in this phone booth.
In the phone booth?
In the phone booth. He completely destroyed this phone booth.
Really?
So when he destroyed this phone booth, the bullet ricocheted. It took out this glass.
Okay.
You'll notice this glass different than this glass.
Right.
The bullet ricocheted on the floor and hit here and here on this one.
Wow. That's terrible, but it's kind of cool that you can still see remnants of where this happened. And what year was that?
The records are unsure, but we do know it was in the 1920s. It was through the Depression.
Wow.
We also know that, then we're Texas. We carried guns.
Yeah.
So.
He was locked and loaded, and when it didn't go well, he was just done.
Yes. Just part of the unique history in time.
This is where we can see remnants of the old fire, right?
Yes.
It's surprising that the building didn't just come down. Those things will really burn up. Expedition Texas, powered by Suddenlink.
What is Suddenlink to go? It's TV you take with you. It's your favorite shows online. It's the biggest networks on your laptop computer. And it's free to Suddenlink customers. What's Suddenlink to go? It's the easy way to get complete watching freedom anywhere you have a Wi-Fi connection. And it's another way. Suddenlink just keeps getting better. Start streaming TV to your laptop today.
When you think about everything that your roof protects, belongings, your family, it's important that it's installed properly.
That's Lynn Augustson with LA Roofing and Restoration talking about one of the most important parts of your home.
Homeowners typically don't think about their roof until it's leaking or damaged, and at that time, a quick decision has to be made. Do I go with the cheapest or someone who stands by their word?
LA Roofing, Angie's List and Better Business Bureau accredited. Find them online at larestore.com.
Welcome to historic Mineola, Texas. Visit a day, spend a night, stay a lifetime.
You're watching Expedition Texas.
We're in Mineola, Texas, exploring the Beckham Hotel. The hotel has been out of use for decades, but signs of life remain. In fact, the current owner has been working toward renovating this local landmark.
Would you like to also look at a historical, one of the oldest floating dance floors in Texas?
Floating dance floor. What's a floating dance floor?
Come with me and I will show you.
Floating dance floor. So we're going to be floating on air and dancing through the clouds. Is that right?
No, actually, they built it over like sawdust.
Really?
And that's why when people dance, the floor gives to the movement of the dancers.
Oh, for better dancing.
For better dancing.
The ballroom was one of the only rooms in the main part of the hotel that had any signs of life, and it had been beautifully restored by Connie and some of her crew.
This is our ballroom.
Wow, this is beautiful.
Thank you. We love the ballroom.
And you know, it feels like I'm floating.
This floor has been built up. There's sawdust in between each joist of the floor.
Really?
Which gives it the movement.
It's soft. It feels like it's moving under my feet.
The other thing that is very unusual is when we restored the floor, every board to this floor is stamped with Longview Hardware Company. Every
Really?
board. So
The ballroom itself, now, does this date back to the 20s when the hotel had to be restored?
yes, it did. This is actually a picture of what it was when we bought the hotel
Oh my
and
gosh.
started the restoration.
Well, it did come a long ways, didn't it?
All of the ceiling in here is original.
Really?
So ceiling, flooring, the layout of the room, every bit of it is original.
Being on the road with Expedition Texas, we stay in a lot of hotel rooms, cheap ones. And those cheap hotel rooms look like penthouse suites compared to what were considered the big rooms back in the Beckham Hotel's heyday. Second floor.
Okay, let me show you what an original railroad room would look like
Okay.
for a wealthy man.
A wealthy man.
A wealthy man.
Okay. This must be the estate room, a huge penthouse room.
This would have been for a wealthy railroad traveler in that he had his own private bathroom and he had his own private closet.
Wow, you know, I think I expected something about 4 or 5 times this size. This is very small.
It is very small.
Where did they put the bed?
People were smaller,
Yes.
and back then they used a lot of the full-size beds.
Uh-huh. Wow. So this is, now this, like you said, everything on the second floor had to be remodeled and rebuilt in the 1920s.
Right.
So this would be that era.
This would be that area. And it was rebuilt because of the fire, which I can show you that stepping on down to 209.
The Beckham Hotel had survived a fire in the mid-20s. Now, that fire took out most of the second floor, and if you know where to look, evidence of that fire still remains as part of the structure to this day. This is where we can see remnants of the old fire, right?
Yes, which is incredible.
Wow. It's surprising that the building didn't just come down. Those things will really burn up.
Well, and what's even more incredible is that actually those are stronger because of the fire.
Really?
It sort of petrified the wood.
So you said this fire happened in 1926. How long before they had the building opened up again?
1928
Wow.
is when they had, and when they opened it up, they said they named it the New Beckham.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yes, with some old parts.
Yes.
The manager had a bigger bedroom than the rich guy staying here.
Yes. And every piece in there is original to this hotel.
You're watching Expedition Texas, sponsored in part by the following. The city of Mineola, Texas, a national Main Street city. Visit a day, spend a night, stay a lifetime. Tiger Creek Wildlife Refuge in Tyler. It's not a zoo, it's a mission. Saving tigers one by one. Learn more at tigercreek.org.
Welcome to historic Mineola, Texas. Visit a day, spend a night, stay a lifetime.
Adventure is waiting just down the road at Tiger Creek Wildlife Refuge in Tyler. See tigers, lions, leopards, and other big cats. Fun for the whole family. It's an up-close experience you won't find in any zoo. In fact, it's not a zoo. It's a mission, saving tigers one by one. Just 5 miles north of Interstate 20 on FM 14.
You're watching Expedition Texas.
We're in Mineola, Texas, home of the once renowned Beckham Hotel. Situated along the railroad tracks and originally built to serve railroad men, the Beckham Hotel has been closed for a while, but a walk around the hotel offers a glimpse of a bygone era in travel and lodging.
Would you like to see where the managers' living quarters were at that time for the hotel?
They got to live on the property, huh?
Yes, 201. All right, this would have been their sitting area. Their living area, their sitting area, possibly had a small desk up here. Then this would be their bedroom area.
The manager had a bigger bedroom than the rich guy staying here.
Yes, plus a better view.
Oh yeah, the trains. The managers had it made. Big old spacious room and their own bathroom. Look at the size of the tank on this toilet. This isn't one of your low flow toilets there.
No, it is not. And every piece in there is original to this hotel.
That right there, that will flush some stuff.
Yes, it should.
During the renovation after the fire in the late 20s, the third floor was pretty much left untouched.
And the third floor is more of an original state.
Wow.
They never really did anything up here.
All of the rooms on the third floor shared a single bathroom, and that's what's considered the European style.
This is the original rooms.
Are these the original holes in the floor? You gotta watch your step, don't you?
Yeah, yes, they
Okay,
are.
all right.
And this communal bathroom would have serviced these 4 rooms.
Oh, wow.
So it was built upon the European design.
So you have all the rooms on this end of the building. Now this is original
This
Beckham
is
Hotel.
original.
Okay. And they would come share
Yes, they
this
would
bathroom.
share the shower stall and the commode.
So we finish up touring all these abandoned rooms. 3 floors of this hotel. We're tired and we're hungry and we're thirsty. And Connie tells us that right next door to the Beckham Hotel, in the site of the original Beckham Hotel coffee shop and restaurant, is a little place called Taste Buds. My taste buds said, yay!
This is Taste Buds at the Beckham.
Awesome. Okay, Darlena, we're here at Taste Buds, located in the old Beckham Hotel. First of all, I gotta say, this is the coolest location for a restaurant ever. This
I
is a great
agree.
place.
I agree. We're very fortunate to be here.
Well, tell me about the food here.
Well, the neat thing I think about our place is everything that's on our menu is things that we came up with as a family.
Awesome.
So we wanted to highlight things that are important to us here in Mineola. One of the things that we really like is our Millie cheesesteak.
Millie.
Yes, the M for Mineola
Oh, that's what it-
instead of the
yeah.
PH for Philadelphia.
Okay.
We think our Millie cheesesteak beats theirs hands down.
And we're gonna say it that way from now on. It's the Millie cheesesteak.
It's the Millie
sauce.
cheesesteak. And so we're happy today for you to try our Millie cheesesteak. We think you're going to like it.
Oh, wow, that looks good.
I hope you like it.
All right. Well, I'm going to chow down on a Millie here at Taste Buds, located right next to a little piece of lost history right here in Mineola, Texas, the old Beckham Hotel. Let's bite into a Millie and see how it tastes. I give the Millie 2 greasy thumbs up. Mineola, Texas is full of history that you can visit every day. But sadly, the Beckham Hotel will probably continue to sit vacant. Connie's plans for restoring the hotel are on hold for now. At the time we visited, the Beckham was up for sale. Connie hopes that someone can pick up where she left off and bring the once thriving hotel back to life.
This is the vault to the hotel.
Really? Look at that.
And we are using it right now for our storage
Oh,
of some of the things.
Wow.
But it was also well known through the history of the hotel that Colonel Beckham actually stored booze back here.